In this example, what we're going to do is we're going to look at some data that we've looked at in the past, except this time it's separated by gender. I've already entered the boys in list 1 and the girls in list 2. What I'd like to do is get a 5-number summary from each one of these. So I'm going to do that by calculating some one-variable statistics on list 1. And we can see here that the min is 17. Q1 is 18, median 22, Q3 23, and the max here is at 29. This is for the boys. You can also do this by hand if you'd like. We're going to do the same thing for the girls. This time I'm going to do list 2, which is where I've entered the data. And we can cursor down to our 5-number summary. And we find here that for the girls, the min is 12, Q1 is 20, the median is 23, Q3 is 25, and the max is 28. What we need to do now is decide on a good scale that we can use for this. So a good scale, I think, is going to cover the minimum overall, which is 12, and the max, which is 29. So we'll draw that over here on this side. So if we make this 10, maybe 15, 20, 25, and 30, I think that should give us a good look at our data. Let's draw the box plot for the boys. So the boys' minimum is at 17. Well, let's do Q1 at 18 first here. And Q3 at 23. Doesn't matter really which part of this you draw first, but I like to draw the box here first. The median's at 22, so that's right here. If you wanted to put those numbers in there, you could. So we've got 18, 22, and 23. 17 would be that minimum. And then 29 would be the max. So right out here. If we look at the girls' data, we can see that Q1 is at 20, Q3 is at 25, the median's at 23. The lowest value we have for the girls is a 12, and the highest is a 28, so about right here. So we'll do 12 and 28, and I'll include those values for the boys as well. For the minimum, that was a 17 here, and then a 29. So some interesting things to look at here. It appears that the bulk of the data for the girls is a little bit higher than it is for the gentlemen. Also, we can see here maybe something that's conflicting, that in the agility test, a higher number would be better, and the girls had the lowest number, but the boys had the highest number. They only get the highest number by a little bit, and the lowest and the highest number here doesn't really reflect the bulk of the data. Half of the data is inside this box. So half of the data for the girls is higher than at least half of the data for the boys. How do these 4th graders compare in terms of agility? I'm going to simply say that although the boys have a higher lower value and the best 29, I'm going to say that the girls are better at this agility test. Here's why. Q1, 20, opposed to 18. The median, which is 23 as opposed to 22, and Q3 are all higher. To me, that indicates that most of the data, at least 50% from here to here in each one, 50% of the data is higher for the girls.